हे गाइस, आप लोग तो बहुत सारे मोटर के बारे में सुने होंगे। कभी आप लोग ऐसे मोटर के बारे में सुने होंगे जो बिल्कुल स्टैटिक चार्ज में चलता होगा। तो ऐसा ही एक मोटर में बनाने की कोशिश करूंगा आप लोगों के सामने, जिसका नाम है कोरोना मोटर। नॉर्मल जितना ट्रेडिशनल मोटर होता है उसमें होता है एक कॉयल, एक रहता है मैग्नेट। सो हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं उधर फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड या राइट हैंड रूल। लेकिन इसमें हम लोग जो प्रिंसिपल यूज़ करेंगे वो है कूलम्ब्स लॉ, मीन्स कूलम्ब स्टैटिक चार्ज को यूज़ करके हम लोग ये कोरोना मोटर बनाएंगे। So without any further delay, let's go to our next experiment.
So to make this project successful, we need some aluminum foils, high voltage electric generator, some current donator or you can say the static commutator, plastic container, slide wrench for support and use pen for spindle, and we need some wooden blocks. For making this we need some aluminum foils and we have to cut it into 4 pieces. Make sure that all the pieces are in same sizes. Now we take all these 4 pieces of aluminum foil and attach it perfectly with the help of sellotape, and make sure that all the segment of aluminum foil should maintain the identical gap, and we have to make sure that all the segments are insulated or don't touch with each other. Now our moving part of this motor is ready. In technical term we can also call it as the armature of this static motor. So it's kind of like an induction motor where the armature is moving basically. Now we need a spindle to fix the armature with a point. So now for the spindle we are using basically a ballpoint pen. So it works as a spindle, and due to the ball it's work like a bearing, and we can overcome the friction. We can't overcome the friction but we can get less friction. So here we are using one slide wrench for the base support. I am using here slide wrench for steadiness of this ball pen. You can use anything to support this spindle. Actually it's my own idea, you can implement anything that can easily use as spindle. Make sure that the spindle should be perpendicular with the base so that the armature is moving freely. Here you can see, as here you can see it's moving freely. So now let's talk about the power source. So here we are using high voltage generator for the power. Here you can see our armature is freely moving and you can enjoy it with cinematic music. So to fix the static commutator we need one support. So here we are using one old battery as support. So we attached this commutator with the help of mud or you can say clay. I am using my own idea to make this commutator support. You can use anything for the support. Make sure that the item you are using for this should be insulated, or you can use any plastic type material so that the charge should be insulated. For the charge donating we are using thin copper wire, and make sure that the tip should be very sharp so that we can produce a high amount of voltage in a point. Now we need to attach the high voltage generator with this 2 pole. Now here you can see I am attaching this with this high voltage generator, you can see, and this is very dangerous. So before we started this we need to discharge the remaining power by touching this 2 pole. So here our setup is almost ready. I am using old battery for one support, and for the other support I am using an wooden block. Here you can see. So here you can see this is the high voltage generator. So here these two are basically DC supply, and here you can see this is the output supply which produce around 10 kilovolt power, which is very dangerous. So basically this is a voltage multiplier, or you can say the voltage booster. So here the DC voltage we are using around 3 to 4 volts. So we are using a lithium ion battery for this. So here you can see this is a homemade battery holder. I am making this with the help of PVC pipe. Here you can see this is the PVC pipe. I am attaching one spring, and for the terminal supporting I am using old use and throw pen, you can see here. You can also use the ready-made product. Here you can see this is the ready-made battery holder, and I am using 3.7 volt lithium ion battery. I am attaching the two terminal with this voltage multiplier or voltage booster. Now here you can see it's moving like a motor. Here you can see this is the static motor. You can see it's moving so fast. So our mission is successful. You can see the corona motor is working very good and it's moving smoothly. So this is basically a corona motor. So if you like this making process, please like, share and subscribe our video, and don't forget to comment down below. And actually we are planning to open a new YouTube channel, my second new YouTube channel, which is Losers Engineer. So here you can see the logo of my new channel. So very soon I am going to start the new channel, but I am not getting sufficient time to continue these two channels simultaneously. So that's why I am uploading this in my primary channel Manas Magician. If I get the very well response, I will go for the new next channel with varieties of experiment and science knowledge.
Now let's come to the explanation of this corona motor. So I will explain you right now.
This project is basically operated on the principle of Coulomb's law of electric charge. Here you can see. So here you can see this is the container, and I am using two aluminum segment for the clear understanding. This is basically a good project for science experiment in class 10th or 9th level. So actually here you can see this is the current donator, or you can say the static commutator, and here you can see the figure diagram. So basically from Coulomb's law we know that opposite charges attract each other and the same charges repel each other. So basically two charges create a force which may be attracting or repulsing force. This force is basically calculated by a simple mathematical calculation, which is F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught
Q1 Q2 upon R square, where Q1 and Q2 are the opposite or same charges, and R square, here R means the distance between two charges. So it's basically a normal theory. So let's move to the original process. So here you can see
this is the current donator, or you can say static commutator, which is connected to the positive voltage or high voltage, or you can say the high potential. So this is basically positive. Initially all the aluminum segments are neutralized, but whenever it comes near to the positive voltage it gets charged up, and all the neutralized are getting converted into plus charge. So both are in plus condition, means both are same or identical charge. Make sure that always use aluminum or copper foil, because we know that the valence electron of aluminum is 3, so it's very easy to charge up any aluminum foils as it has 3 free electrons outer shell. So as now we can see that the aluminum foil and the current source both are in positive potential, so both repels each other, so it moved back to the opposite position. In the opposite position, here you can see this is the minus charge, and minus charge getting attracted by the positive aluminum foil. Now every positive ion get attracted by this negative ion and neutralize again, and the process is going on. So these two forces create a rotational torque. That's why the container is moving like an electrical motor. Here you can see, due to this high voltage positive electrode, the air around it get ionized, so it breaks down the dielectric strength of the oxygen around it. So it creates an ionization effect, and it ionizes the air around this container. So all the positive oxygen ion are getting attracted towards the negative side, so it basically creates an ionic thrust, or we can say an ionic wind. So this ionic wind also helps this corona motor to move freely along with these charges. Now let's talk about why it's called corona motor. Basically corona words come from a Latin word called crown. So basically due to this ionization, it creates a violet color light around this container. So due to this violet color corona discharge, we can call it as corona motor, a device which can easily capable to convert the electrical energy into mechanical energy is called motor. So both we can say it's an corona motor. Hope you understand my point. In real world there are very few uses of this motor, as the efficiency of this motor is very low. Due to loss of losses, the efficiency around 10 to 14%. So its application is very small, like cooling in electronic system, air purifications, some kind of researches we are using this motor.
Hello viewers, if you are new in this channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you will never miss of our new upcoming videos. Till then, stay safe.